please subscribe and don't forget to press the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload a new video.
Now let me get to the economist. Prasanna, you know, the governor began by saying that they're neutral and they are data dependent. So do you think that we can go with this 12-month at least no rate hike, because after all your end game is 4.4 at the end of 12 months. So no rate hike is a given, or do you think there are lots of ambushes on the way which can make the data look different?
No, I don't think so. Anyway, we still have an August rate hike view. We are not going to change it. So that's, let me put it up front.
Yep.
Now, why I'm saying it is, see, ultimately 4.4% is a baseline forecast, but if you look at it, they have talked about a lot of risks, and some of those risks are being quantified in the MPR, which I'm guessing not many people in the market anyway read thoroughly. But what we can gather from that is, at least on the MSP, I think RBI has tentatively mentioned that the upside risks due to MSP hikes could be around 50 basis points,
yep,
which is the lower end of the range we are also looking at. So if we believe that the MSP hikes are coming, and there is no reason not to believe that, and that the government will implement it, and we have to be clear, I think it's a political question as much as an economic question for the government.
Yep.
And since the central government controls a lot of states also, the same party controls,
yes.
I think it will be a bit more easier for this government to implement a higher MSP across different crops, across states.
Okay.
Now, if that happens, there are two implications. One is the farm prices will go up. The second is there will be a fiscal implication. So both of this will put upside risk to inflation. So I think that 4.4% at this point of time is just a number. That number is going to change definitely. If not by June, definitely by August. So I wouldn't go so far as to say that we are looking at a pause for the next 12 months.
Okay. Prasanna, let me just finish the economy part. The MPC notes that growth has been recovering and output gap is closing. It's a far cry from just 60 days ago when the MPC said that there is a nascent recovery which needs to be sustained and you know, things like that. Can you tell us what are your takeaways in terms of growth and other takeaways as an economist from the policy?
Yeah, so if you look at it, I think the annual estimate or the estimate for the full year in terms of GDP is still 7.4. I think last time they had given it as in terms of GVA at 7.2, and they've explained that it's more or less remains the same. So in that sense, I'm also a bit surprised why they're claiming that the output gap is closing. But of course, if you strictly look at it from the last policy to this policy, I mean, high frequency data has continued to be strong, other than of course PMI data, which was a bit weak. But if you look at any other high frequency data, which normally analysts track, most of them have been strong, and I think the momentum in global growth and global trade is also quite good. Of course, we have had some volatility related to trade war noises, but personally I don't think those things are going to have a lasting impact. So in that sense, I think the confidence or the optimism on growth is understandable, but frankly I don't understand why they had to include that line on output gap, and like you said, whether policy to policy is it going to change so much. So that is something which they have to answer if they take questions from you all.
Okay.